All right, we're going to take a look at the Uogic pen for Microsoft Surface. I was looking for a pen. I've been trying to organize my life a little, so I was looking for a pen to use with a device, and I got this Uogic. I found this Uogic pen for Microsoft Surface on Amazon for $20, and I was curious how this thing's going to work in comparison to my original Surface pen. So we're going to take a look at it. Let's do that. So here is what came from Amazon. Got the box here, and looks good. It says made in China, and the warranty, and also the operating instructions, which I don't know if they use these operating instructions for multiple devices, but it does say that it has a right click button, which that it does. It does have the right click button, but it also says it has an eraser button to press and hold. And it was a little unclear in Amazon. I wasn't sure. I was really interested in the button because I wanted to use it for an application to trigger Cortana. But this device, this $20.99 from Amazon, does not, even though the instructions say it does, and it looks like it does on the pictures, does not have the Bluetooth button to trigger an application. So be clear on that, even though the instructions say it. And as the operating instructions point out, the device, it does use a 4A battery. It's included. They do have this included in the box, so you do get the battery with it. And put it together. You don't need to pair it. Since it doesn't have the Bluetooth button, you don't have to pair it with the Surface. It just works. Another thing, it comes with a tip in the pen and two tips in the box. And they're slightly different. I think the one in the box is a little, I'm not sure what's different about it. It's just a little different. And when I opened the box in my living room, I immediately popped, the one point popped out and flew in the carpeter in my chair. I never could find it again. So there's that. But yeah, the pen, it has a clip. The original pen is slightly shorter. Of course, like I said, the original one actually has a Bluetooth button, which has a little watch battery up here. The Uogic that I'm reviewing here does not have that. Another thing that's slightly different is the clip is metal on the Uogic. On the original one, it has like a little bit of a rubbery feel. But both pens feel good. Of course, the two buttons, let me see if I can get it just right there. You can kind of see the two buttons. They're a little clearer on this one because they're a different color, but on this pen, they're both black. And then the last thing that I noticed, just thinking about physically, the pen feels good, feels solid, the buttons feel solid. The tip comes out really easy. I'm not sure if I'm not a little concerned that we're going to lose that thing. You know what? Come to think of it, I did not try that. The one that comes with it, of course, that one's trying to snap out too now. This one also is just smooth. Let me see if that stays in the pen. This one here just feels like it's going to come out and lose it. It has just a little bit of, it gets a little tight when you put it in, and they say pressing on it should, but it just feels like it could easily fall out. Just pointing that out. And the reason I do that is because the Microsoft Surface pen, it just feels like it could come out. The Surface pen, when you pull the tip out, it clicks in place, like there's a rubber click, and it's in there, it feels solid. This guy doesn't. So there you go. We're reviewing it. And you got your two buttons. So let's take a look how this works on a Microsoft Surface pen. Get this out of the way. Or Microsoft Surface, not pen, but Microsoft Surface laptop. So we're going to try to place this thing so we get as minimal light reflection there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press the right button and turn eraser mode on. So as you're writing, you just press that right button and you can start erasing. So the right button does work, and then I'd lay my hand on here, and of course there it caught my palm. It's not supposed to. I'm gonna, whoops, click red, quick, and it feels good. Has a, feels good. When I press harder, watch what happens. See that? It's thicker. It actually gets thicker when you press harder. And now there it's kind of catching my eye. And it hasn't been doing this before, so it must be just the way I'm holding it here. But yeah. So you press harder, you get a darker. And then, like I said before, if you press the right button, you can erase things. And if you press the button closest to the tip, you get erase. If you press the one above it, you get select. And you can, if you watch up here, you can notice it's pressing that button. If I press the eraser, it presses the eraser button. Has to be against the surface to do that. So yeah, it works. Seems to work nice. Feels good in the hand. You can use it as a pen. One of the things, let's just be clear, I'm going to see if I can find this quickly. The settings. This pen versus the, so you change your pen settings, so it's going to pull up the Surface Pen settings. So there's a couple of settings that do apply to the Uogic, just like the original Surface Pen. If you're left-handed, and that's I am left-handed, show visual effects, show cursor, a couple things. I think those apply to both of these pens. Handwriting, I think some of the fonts and stuff do as well. But when you get down here to the pen shortcuts, it talks about if your pen has a shortcut button, and that is this button on the tip, which the Uogic does not have, and the Surface Pen does. So if I press it, you notice it's opening Cortana, have it set to open Cortana. And of course this black one does not have that. So yeah. All right. So there we have it. Get this out of the way. The Active Stylus by Uogic, and $20.99 from Amazon. It yeah, $20.99. You can get, I think you can get a silver one or a black one. And yeah, Uogic pen for Microsoft Surface. Just my little experience with the device. Hopefully this can be useful. Thanks for listening.